for Scott, first competitive game of 2017, and you got the job done in the end. How did you see it?
I think it was a slow start to the game, but you have to give Genefield a lot of credit for that, because I felt like they were organised to start with. They were able to sort of work really hard to make it difficult and to close down the space for us. I also thought that our passing was a little bit slack for the first 15-20 minutes, and when we did have opportunities to maybe get around them or through them, the final ball or the passing wasn't quite up to mark. But once we got the first goal, I felt after that it sort of settled us down, and I felt like from about 20-25 minutes onwards we played really well.
Well, you're 100% ready because you've had a bit of a stop-start pre-season, the game called off last week, and obviously the trip to Germany in the middle of that. Were you ready for today?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could look at various things, but I would like to think that the opposition did really well in that 25 minutes, and they were up and at us, and they really tried to make things tough for us. And of course, when we get the goal, they then know it's going to be an uphill struggle, and then we got another one quite soon afterwards. So at that point, I felt comfortable, and then our passing game came in, and our movement was really good. We scored some really good goals tonight, and it was great to see some of the new players playing and looking good towards the end of the game, as if they've settled into the whole pattern of the way that we're playing now. So I was really impressed actually with the professionalism of the players, and the fact that they created so many chances and scored some good goals.
You talk about that, like Savannah Jordan getting goals today, Abby Grant's back scoring goals. How's it good for these players settling in to score goals early in the season? It's
really important. I think if you're a striker, and if you're playing two strikers as well, that they get on the score sheet, and they get a chance to sort of get to know each other and the type of runs they like to make. And I thought that tonight they did link up quite well, especially in the second half. There were one or two little instances where SJ's holding the ball in, and Abby's getting round the face, and we were getting shots off. And I just felt we made it very difficult for the home side in the end. And to be honest, people will look at it and they'll say, "Oh, it was an easy game," but for the first 25 minutes of it, it was quite tough.
And obviously a lot of new players, especially in the front line. I think there's 91 goals that have left the club over the winter period. Are you prepared for the start of the season? Do you feel like you've replaced and you're going to be ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, I feel you're always looking to try and strengthen and to bring players in when they are good enough, but it's quite difficult at this club to bring players in that well, firstly are good enough to get into the starting lineup, but then from there that they're actually accessible to us. And Scotland, it's quite tough to find that. The three sort of main clubs, Hibs, ourselves and Celtic at the moment, we seem to monopolise the better Scottish players. But there are some young players out there that we are looking at. But at the moment, it's just good to see players like Sam Kerr doing particularly well. I thought she was our man of the match today, apart from obviously SG getting her goals. And I think Sam's getting so confident, and I think game time helps that. But she's a very fit girl, and she's got her head screwed on properly. So we're getting the best of her at the moment. And I just thought, in general, we played really well, and we were fluid in the second half, and always looked like we could create chances.
Finally, obviously, there's now a bit of a break again till the league season starts. Obviously, Scotland and whatever. Is this a thing that you're disappointed by, or are you looking to relish the chance you've got a few more weeks now until a tough start to the season?
No, I think it's difficult. I think it's very difficult to build up pre-season, and as you said earlier, the pre-season hasn't gone to plan as far as the game getting called off at Stirling, and then we're due to play Sunderland. That didn't happen. So I think when you've geared up and then you go into this first competitive game, you realise that you're about to stop again. You just want to get going. You want to play competitive games. So it's going to be a little bit tough, because we've got 6 players at least, maybe 7, that will be leaving for international duty, and that leaves the rest. And yes, I can work with them a little bit more, which is good, but it's always better to work with your full squad.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Best of luck for the season ahead. Well done today.
Thanks, Callum. Cheers.